analyst. Let's welcome in, shall we? From Spain, Alex Kirkland joins us. Alex, I'm intrigued as to how loud the rumblings around Barcelona are at the moment.
Yeah, Xavi's under pressure. There's no question about that. There's significant pressure because that Shakhtar defeat was not an isolated incident. It's not just about that game. I think you can look back at the last few weeks, maybe stretch it a bit more, even the last few months, and Barcelona are not playing particularly well. They're really not. They lost this game. They lost in the Clásico. They actually played okay in the Clásico, but otherwise, when they've been winning games, they've been scraping their way through, as we saw against Real Sociedad, as you mentioned. There've been a couple of draws against teams they shouldn't be drawing with. They're quite simply not playing very well. It's as simple as that. And so that pressure continues to grow. Of course, Xavi, he's got a lot of credit in the bank. You know, they won the league last season, very, very recently. They were the best team in Spain. He's also he's a club legend. He's one of the greatest players in Barcelona's history. And he happened to be, one of the key players in one of the best teams in Barca's history as well. But I think that's part of the problem for Xavi, because he's so associated with that Pep team that played some of the best football that we've ever seen. It was sort of expected that he'd come in as coach and sort of replicate that level of entertainment, and it hasn't happened so far. Even last season when they won the league, it wasn't particularly sparkling football. There were a lot of 1-0s, week after week, and so people aren't entirely happy. We're not getting to the point where it's not quite crisis time yet. And like I say, he's got a lot of credit in the bank, but people are not too happy with the way the team are playing right now, for sure.
What are they saying about Lewandowski, Alex?
He's not scoring. And it's not just that he's not scoring goals. If you look at the stats from the last few games, he's not getting chances. I mean, last few games, you look at the stats and he's been scoring, or he's been getting maybe 1 shot on goal in a game, or 2 shots on goal, or no shots in a game. There have been a couple of games like that. Now, of course, part of that is about the team, part of that is about the service that he's getting or not getting. So you can't put all the blame on Lewandowski. He can't do this by himself. But this is a goal drought. There's no question about that. And people are starting to say, well, is he starting to look his age? Is he past his best? Is this the start of a decline? We can't write him off just yet. He might well go on a scoring run in the next few games, just as he did before this drought. I think it's 6 games without a goal for Barca. But before that, he had 5 or 6 goals in a run of games. So things could change pretty fast. But there are 1 or 2 questions. And some people are asking, well, is he the kind of forward this Barca team needs? Could they do with someone a little bit more mobile, a little bit with more movement, not quite as static as he's increasingly looking at? But like I say, it's not that he's getting chances and missing them. It's that he's not getting into goal-scoring positions. And that's the worry, I think, for Barca.
How much can you offer an excuse to Xavi? Of course, you're at Montjuic, not the Camp Nou. We know the difference there between the 2 stadiums. Of course, no De Jong. Pedri's been out for a long time as well.
Yeah, they've had some injuries. That's true, but they've got a pretty strong squad. You mentioned the players they brought in over the summer did some good business despite their financial constraints. And I think you look at the teams that Barca have been able to put out despite those injuries, and you think those teams should be good enough, should have more than enough to be playing better football and to be getting better results. Pedri is back now, and that's really important because Pedri is massively important for them. But you've got other alternatives in midfield, players like Xavi, players like Gundogan, who came in the summer. Frenkie de Jong is a big miss, and we still don't know when Frenkie's going to be back. And I think that is really important to kind of the fluidity of Barca's play. I think they miss him a great deal. But I'm not sure if injuries alone are an excuse, to be honest. I'm not sure if playing at Montjuic is enough of an excuse either.